Look at your phone right now, because subscription inertia is draining your wallet. Your accounts are bleeding cash automatically through invisible digital transaction loops. Are you currently trapped in this exact systemic financial bleed? Drop a comment right now if anyone actually warned you about this setup. What you're about to hear. Nobody has put this together for you before. This specific connection, it's completely absent from mainstream financial content. If you watch this entire video, by the end of this month, you will know exactly where a hidden chunk of your money is disappearing and how to stop it. If you've ever felt like your salary disappears before the month ends, this is why. And the way out of this trap, it's all in this video. Before we go further, drop a comment and tell me, which part of this trap do you feel you're already inside? This is your homework. 1 month from today, come back to this video. Drop your number in the comments. Tell me what changed. Modern apps are designed to exploit human behavioral economics against your capital. They use friction-free checkouts to remove your logical, psychological defense mechanisms. You sign up for 1 free trial to solve an immediate temporary problem. Wait, did you remember to cancel it before the automatic billing cycle kicked in? Most people forget, because corporations build artificial exit barriers into their software code. They make signing up take 1 click, while cancellation requires 5 separate pages. This asymmetry creates a passive wealth extraction machine targeting your checking account. Let's look at the empirical human data behind this automated cash siphon. Meet Alex, a regular consumer who completely ignores his recurring monthly charges. Alex signs up for streaming platforms, cloud storage, and premium delivery passes. He treats each $10 payment as an isolated, insignificant microscopic event. He thinks a few small digital fees won't impact his long-term wealth. Now meet Ben, a calculated saver who installs strict intentional financial friction. Ben tracks every single automated recurring charge inside a manual audit spreadsheet. Ben knows that microtransactions scale up into massive structural wealth barriers over time. Comment right now if you behave more like Alex or more like Ben. Let's look closely at the precise mathematical reality of this behavioral trap. Hold on. Alex currently maintains 15 active streaming, fitness, and software app subscriptions simultaneously. 7 of those applications haven't been opened in the last 90 days. The collective daily cost leak for Alex scales out to exactly $15. That equates to $450, draining away every single month. If you're ready to exit the 99% trap and join the 1% who see the code, hit subscribe. We decode a new layer every week. Ben looks at the exact same digital services, but filters them through utility metrics. Ben only permits 2 active recurring services at any given single time. The daily operational cost for Ben stays at exactly $2 total. Ben saves exactly $390 every single month compared to Alex. Think about it. Where does that extra unspent cash actually go inside Ben's financial ecosystem? Ben immediately redirects those saved monthly funds into low-cost index investment vehicles. Meanwhile, Alex keeps wondering why his account balance hits 0 before Friday. He blames inflation, his employer, and his local cost of living variables. Look closer at the compounding end-of-the-year brutal net worth difference between them. Over 12 months, Alex completely burns $5,400 on automated loops. Ben has accumulated $4,680 in cold hard cash. Plus, Ben earned an additional 7% return through automatic market compound interest. Let that sink in. The single-year wealth gap between these 2 individuals crosses $5,000. All because one understanding of subscription inertia differed from the other's passive habits. This is not a failure of income or a lack of career progression. This is a direct consequence of systemic corporate neuroeconomics hacking human comfort preference. App developers use variable rewards to keep you psychologically hooked on the platform. Tell me in the comments if you ever noticed your subscriptions renewing silently. They deliberately send renewal notices at midnight when your cognitive processing is low. They know you won't log in to cancel a charge while sleeping. By the time you wake up, the automated clearinghouse transaction is final. You tell yourself you'll cancel it next weekend when you have time. Wait, next weekend turns into next month, which quickly turns into next year. That is the exact definition of status quo bias operating inside consumer banking networks. The system counts on your personal operational fatigue to generate risk-free corporate profits. Your procrastination is literally quantified as a baseline revenue metric on corporate balance sheets. Publicly traded software companies literally measure customer churn rates down to decimal points. They optimize their user interfaces to make leaving an absolute psychological nightmare. They force you to call a customer service line during narrow business hours. Or they hide the cancellation button behind 4 sub-menus labeled with confusing terminology. This intentional design is known in modern behavioral economics as a dark pattern. If you're ready to exit the 99% trap and join the 1% who see the code, hit subscribe. We decode a new layer every week. Hold on. Let's analyze how Ben completely broke free from this automated trap using logic. Ben uses a simple structural strategy called intentional financial friction to protect money. Every time Ben signs up for a free trial, he cancels it immediately. Most modern platforms allow you to use the remaining trial period after cancellation. This single tactical shift completely deletes the automated renewal threat before it forms. Ben uses prepaid virtual debit cards for all digital trial registrations. He sets the maximum spend limit on that virtual card to exactly $0. When the company attempts an automatic silent renewal charge, the transaction fails immediately. The system sends an email notification warning him that his account is frozen. That notification acts as an artificial alarm, forcing a conscious usage evaluation decision. Ben asks himself if he actually used the service during the previous month. If the utility value doesn't justify the asset cost, he lets it expire permanently. Alex handles this scenario with zero structural protection or manual spending roadblocks. Alex connects his primary high-limit credit card directly to his phone's digital wallet. Every auto-renewal processes instantly without requiring a single piece of human authorization. His credit card balance climbs higher while his liquid cash reserves drop lower. Comment below right now if your primary card is connected to auto-renewals. This lack of structural friction is why Alex remains trapped on the treadmill. Think about it. He works 40 hours a week to earn his primary base salary. Yet he permits software companies to extract hours of his labor without resistance. If your hourly wage is $25 after accounting for baseline tax withholding, a $450 monthly subscription leak means 18 hours of pure uncompensated work. You are essentially working 2 full days every month just to fund apps. Apps that you don't even open, use, or enjoy on a regular basis. Let that sink in. Why would anyone consciously choose to trade real-life energy for unused software pixels? They wouldn't choose it if the math was displayed clearly on their screen. The Matrix hides this equation by splitting the cost across different calendar days. One charge hits on the 3rd, another on the 12th, another on the 20th. This tactical temporal distribution prevents you from seeing the aggregate monthly financial damage. It prevents your brain from registering the collective pain of losing real capital. If you're ready to exit the 99% trap and join the 1% who see the code, hit subscribe. We decode a new layer every week. Look closer. The corporate ecosystem spends billions researching how to minimize consumer transaction pain points. They introduced biometric facial scanning to make buying things take less than a second. When buying is effortless, your prefrontal cortex doesn't have time to evaluate value. You react to a fleeting impulse, press a button, and establish a permanent leak. To reverse this system, you must consciously install manual operational blocks into your life. Drop a comment if you've ever deleted an app just to avoid a charge. Ben schedules a mandatory financial inspection hour on the final Saturday of every month. He opens his banking dashboard, pulls the raw statement, and highlights recurring text fields. Any service that didn't provide direct measurable utility during that month gets cut immediately. Hold on. This monthly audit routine takes Ben exactly 15 minutes of focused cognitive effort. Those 15 minutes save him hundreds of dollars in leaking capital every cycle. That means Ben's self-directed audit hour yields an effective tax-free rate of thousands annually. Alex refuses to execute an audit because looking at his bank statement causes anxiety. He practices active financial avoidance to shield his ego from past spending mistakes. This emotional avoidance behavior patterns directly feed the balance sheets of massive corporations. Your intentional psychological discomfort is their predictable quarterly dividend payment stream. To break this cycle, you must detach your emotions from the raw digits. Numbers are simply neutral data points, showing where your focus and energy are flowing. If your energy is flowing to inactive software platforms, your wealth engine is stalled. You cannot build a significant investment base while your foundation features multiple open drains. Fix the baseline cash leaks before you worry about complex asset class allocations. The path to ultimate financial sovereignty begins with simple, aggressive, defensive transactional accounting. Look at the long-term projection if this habit persists for 10 full years. Wait. At a standard 7% market growth rate, Ben's saved cash scales massively. His consistent monthly investments grow into over $70,000 of liquid net worth. Alex will have contributed zero to his investments while burning over $50,000 cash. He will still be trapped working extra hours to pay for forgotten subscription bills. Same basic income, same economic environment, but two completely different planetary financial realities. This is how the invisible modern money matrix separates the aware from the unaware. It doesn't require a massive robbery or an explicit legal structural tax shift. It operates quietly through tiny digital agreements you signed 3 years ago and forgot. If you're ready to exit the 99% trap and join the 1% who see the code, hit subscribe. We decode a new layer every week. Think about it. Every single subscription you maintain is a small anchor tethering you to continuous labor. Cut the anchors, restore your baseline liquidity, and reclaim ownership of your lifetime hours. The practical execution steps are sitting directly on your mobile device screen right now. Open your Settings app, click your user profile, and select the Subscriptions menu item. Review the active list with absolute, cold, unsentimental psychological clarity right this second. Cancel everything that isn't actively generating real-world health, knowledge, or true financial return. Install your own virtual barrier mechanisms before the next automated midnight billing wave strikes. Comment right now with the exact number of useless apps you just eliminated today. Let's see who can clear the most systemic dead weight from their account first. Share this video with one family member who keeps complaining about being completely broke. Help them identify the quiet digital vampire sucking away their weekly financial lifeblood. Real behavioral change spreads when we openly discuss the hidden rules of the game. Automated microbilling accounts for over $40 billion in wasted global consumer capital annually. Standing on the wrong side of this economic dataset guarantees perpetual career stagnation. Our next breakdown exposes the massive trap hidden inside 0% promotional financing options. This is your homework. 1 month from today, come back to this video. Drop your number in the comments. Tell me what changed. Stop paying for digital tools you do not use to build wealth you do not see.